For In the News TV Daily, we got more exclusive audio recordings. Now, it has been released in court, and we find out that 6ix9ine's own friends who once protected him was behind the scenes talking behind his back the whole time. We actually have the audio. Now, you won't believe what they had to say about him. Also, 6ix9ine's old manager and friend Shotty makes an appeal for his 15-year sentence, and people are saying that he might have a chance of actually getting a lower sentence. Plus, we got Snoop Dogg, and he's not letting up on the 6ix9ine's telling movement. You want to watch this video, it's a good video. Now make sure to subscribe with the bell notifications on and like the video. It really helps if you show emotion. Whether you like the video or you feel some type of way, you can like the video and comment below. Let's connect with the people, or you can connect with me in the comments, because I reply to the comments. I don't reply to the other social medias. So let's talk about it in the comments. Now I'm in the news with it. Let's get into the news.
I'm in the news with it.
Now just today, the Brooklyn rapper is still getting it from left and right. Now the OG legend Snoop Dogg has been one of the most outspoken celebrities about the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, and basically of him telling on the feds. Now Snoop Dogg hasn't let up. This time the rapper is claiming that Martha Stewart has more street in her than actual Tekashi 6ix9ine. He speaks about this on social media. He posted this. He said, "As we watch Tekashi 6ix9ine, or whatever his name is, snitch on everybody, I invite you to remember that Martha Stewart snitched on no one during her trial. She kept it 100, she kept it 10 toes down, and ate the sentence by herself. Now this is a true one, she is." He also says that she's solid as a rock. Now for those who don't know, Martha Stewart did get in some trouble back in 2004, where she was sentenced to 5 months of being locked up. Now according to the reports, Martha actually gave fake statements to a federal agent. With the charges she got, she did have a risk of getting time, or actually serving time. It would have made a lot of sense for Martha to actually tell on someone, or tell on her family or her friends or anyone she was associated with, but she didn't. Especially, you got to think of the background that Martha Stewart comes from. She definitely, they wouldn't really frown upon her telling, but she kept it silent, did her 5 months. Now my thing about this situation, I understand Snoop, we had that no snitching policy in the community, but one thing 6ix9ine, or that Snoop Dogg failed to realize or actually mention. Now, Martha Stewart was only going to get 5 months, whether she told or she didn't tell. Now, 6ix9ine, if he doesn't tell on anyone, if he doesn't cover himself, he gets a minimum of 42 years. Not 42 weeks, not 42 months, but 42 years. So you got to really weigh the pros and cons. You got 42 years and then you got 5 months. What are you going to take? I'm going to take 5 months every single time, especially if I don't have to tell on anyone and affect anyone else's family. But 42 years, it's a difference. So he really can't compare and contrast 6ix9ine with Martha Stewart. So now we have new news involving Treys Shotty. Now Shotty is the manager of 6ix9ine, of course. Now according to the paperwork we found, it looks like he's going to appeal his 15-year sentence. Now the new Suge, as he called himself when he was free, wants the courts to reconsider his plea deal. So at first, while covering the case, from the explanation of 6ix9ine as the witness and other witnesses, I thought Shotty was definitely, the number one person to actually take care of 6ix9ine. It looks like he protected him from all the bads that was coming at him. And it was actually just making sure he was good. He was making sure his investment's good. But now after the audio is being released to the friends, basically the audio is being released of the friends talking to each other, and it's weird. So it's basically showing people talking behind each other's back. So the Treyway, just look at it like this. Treyway is one big crew, right? And everyone is making phone calls to each other. So for one instance, Shotty is talking to Mel Matrix on one line, and then Shotty will actually hang up and then talk to someone else. And when he's talking to someone else, he's talking bad about Mel Matrix. And the same thing, so Mel Matrix will call someone and these are people that's all in the same group. So Mel Matrix would call someone after being on the phone with Shotty, and that person would vent and just basically talk about how they didn't like Shotty, and that, Shotty was notorious for taking things and stealing things from people. So it was just a big thing. Now the feds were probably licking their chops. Now, as you know, it was probably Mel Matrix phone line being recorded, because according to the reports, just according to doing my research, it sounds like Mel Matrix line is really, really clear. So they probably had his phone tapped, maybe his cell phone, house phone, who knows. And then the other person that he's actually talking to, it sounds like they're far away, like you could barely hear them. So they definitely had his phone tapped. So during the conversation with Mel Matrix and Shotty, you guys probably heard it, but we have a full version and it shows a little bit more, or they talk about it a little bit more. Now, just by listening to the conversation, it looks like Mel Matrix was really, really upset about the situation. So he actually called a guy named Chris, who is proven to be a federal informant. He was basically a person that was planted in their crew to bring them down. And he was venting about Tekashi 6ix9ine and Shotty. And the actual guy, Chris, was talking about how he doesn't like Shotty because he's known for actually, going behind people's back, stealing from friends, family, and things like that. They say he even stole a lot of money from his cousin. So, they was going back and forth and talking about that. And then Mel Matrix starts to open up. And mind you, this is like the day after. He's saying that he's seen all the news on TMZ that the whole crew got 4 or 5 people actually got locked up, including Tekashi 6ix9ine. And he was venting. He was just basically saying that he wished that he would have took Tekashi 6ix9ine under his wing, but he just couldn't get with his style. He was saying that he was kind of weird and kind of insinuating that he liked other men, because he was like, I couldn't bring that guy around, the wolves if he's looking like that. I can't really vouch for anyone like that, but he was saying that, he definitely wished he would have took him under his wing. But I'm thinking, just in retrospect, Mel Matrix is thinking like, okay, yeah, I could have been getting all this money instead of having to split it with Shotty. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking he's saying about it. All right, so you got to check this audio out here. As you know, I clip everything up. I try to put the important things in the actual clip so you guys don't waste any time, but check it out.
Shit, the feds going 6ix9ine racketeering. Him, Fahim, Shotty, the hoes banging out with the crip, not knowing how to accept weird is, bro. Nigga, you don't know how to accept them. If I just would have shut the guy off from the door, cause he looked so weird and gay, bro. Like, I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't bring my body.
And like I said, man, with the crew or with the team, I feel like everyone needs to play a part. Everyone should have a role to play, and they should turn their back on each other or actually talk about each other, because who needs ops when you're beefing within the crew? And that's exactly what happened. The crew kind of crumbled because they wasn't standing up for each other, and they wouldn't stay off the cell phone. They were always talking about the phone. Just past week, like a week ago, Mel Matrix was speaking to Shotty on the line, which I played in my other video. You guys can check it out. And then towards the end of the conversation, he's like, oh yeah, I really don't be wanting to talk on the phone. But he spoke for like 7 or 8 minutes of just everything that's going on with the situation and everything about 6ix9ine, Treyway, details that no one would know if he didn't say it on the phone. So yeah, like I said, they had Mel Matrix phone tapped and he was letting everything go. So like I said, the crew was talking about each other. They wasn't solid. They wasn't complete as a whole. They didn't hold each other down. And then of course they're recording, the feds are recording the conversation. So it was inevitable that was going to actually happen. 6ix9ine was he just speeded up the process, just him being in the public eye and him being, like I said before, the weakest link. He just speeded up the process for the case. I know the feds was probably like, yeah, keep talking, because 6ix9ine is going to be the person that cracks this case wide open. And what did he do? He's the witness. He's the actual star witness of this case. And do you think 6ix9ine would actually be successful as he was that from past year, from like 2017 to 2018 without Treyway? Let's just say he was a SoundCloud rapper and he had a crew of just people in his neighborhood who couldn't protect him, couldn't do anything for him. So let's say it's him, 2 of his best friends that's just, normal people that good with editing, good with production, good with making beats, and then 6ix9ine in the forefront. Do you think he would have the same success that he had with Treyway backing him? Me, honestly, I highly doubt it. I think he would just be another SoundCloud rapper that nobody took serious. They would just say that's the boy with the rainbow hair with all the ink on his face. But since he was with Treyway and them, he could talk his talk and not have to, he could walk the streets. That's the thing that amazed everyone. It was like, he's talking so much, he's talking so greasy, and nobody's addressed him, nobody's put their hands on him. So that's the reason. But I want to know you guys' opinion. Do you think he would be popping if it was just Tekashi 6ix9ine in a little SoundCloud crew, if I want to say? I'm not saying anything's wrong with SoundCloud, but just like a SoundCloud rapper that just popped out of nowhere and just made music. Because he makes good music. You can't take it from 6ix9ine. Definitely makes good music. He does know how to make a hit. He knows how to make a hook. He just knows his lane. He stays in his lane. And for music, it's kind of like workout music or club music. So it bangs. So let me know, do you think if he didn't have Treyway behind him, would he be relevant for the first 3 months? Or do you think it would take him a while? Or eventually, do you think that would catch on? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, man. It is definitely gonna get out early. I think he's gonna get out 2020. But my question is, how do you feel about the Treyway crew? Do you think this is typical in the inner city? Do you think they're always talking about each other? Do you think there's always beefs in between the circle. We're not even talking about the people that they're having problems with out in the streets. They have problems inside. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think joining a gang or being a part of a gang is basically a waste of time or a waste of energy? Because if they're beefing amongst each other and talking about each other, they don't have time to progress and make sure the home team is right. All right, and on your way out this video, make sure you thumbs up the video. I got some new news coming out about your favorite rapper. He's having money problems, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna make sure I have screenshots, receipts. So make sure you have the bell notification on, because I might post it late tonight. You could probably watch it tonight or early in the morning when you wake up, have something to listen to. I'm in the news with it. I'll catch you on the next one.